Namaskar. Welcome to this Swayam course of Smart City Development and Management by Indira Gandhi National Open University, conducted by the School of Engineering and Technology. We all know the significance of smart technologies in our day-to-day life. However, to apply these technologies, support from government in terms of schemes, missions and public policies is needed. My name is Meenakshi Tyagi. Together with several course colleagues, we have prepared this course for you. In this video lecture, I will briefly present few of the most relevant public schemes for this course. Through this presentation, I will discuss about Smart City Mission, Digital India Program, Atal Mission for Rejuvenation and Urban Transformation, that is AMRUT, Deen Dayal Antyodaya Yojana, National Urban Livelihoods Mission, DAY NULM in India. The Smart Cities Mission was launched by Honorable Prime Minister on 25th June 2015. The main objective of this mission is to provide core infrastructure, inclusive facilities and sustainable environment, and to give a decent quality of life to their citizens through the application of smart solutions. Going by the definition, a smart city may be defined as a city which is livable, sustainable, and has a thriving economy offering multiple opportunities towards people to pursue their diverse interests. To achieve the said objectives, smart cities have certain features such as promoting mixed land use in area-based development, housing and inclusiveness, creating walkable localities, preserving and developing open spaces, promoting a variety of transport options, making governance citizen-friendly and cost-effective, giving an identity to the city, applying smart solutions to infrastructure and services in area-based development in order to make them better. The core infrastructure elements in smart city would include smart water supply, assured health and education facility, proper sanitation including solid waste management, electrical supply, efficient urban mobility, public transportation, affordable housing, especially for the poor, electronic and communication connectivity and digitization, good governance, especially e-governance, and citizen participation, sustainable environment, safety and security of citizens, particularly women and children and elderly. In order to implement the Smart Cities mission, 100 cities have been selected to be developed as smart cities through a two-stage competition. The purpose of the Smart Cities mission is to anchor economic growth, thereby improving the quality of life of citizens by permitting local and area-based developments. Application of smart solutions will enable cities to use technological information and data to improve infrastructure and services. Quality of life is improved by comprehensive development. In this way, in the area-based development, the strategy is to have the improvement of city either by retrofitting or renewal, by redevelopment or city extension in greenfield development. Whereas initiatives with smart solutions are applied to cover bigger areas of the city or the pan city, the whole city, for example, SCADA solutions for electricity or water supply, which are called the pan city projects. Special purpose vehicles, that is SPVs, were created for the purpose of execution of the mission at the city level. The SPV will appraise, approve, release funds, plan implementation, manage, operate, monitor and evaluate the smart city. Every smart city will have an SPV headed by a full-time CEO and have central government, state government representatives as board members. SPV is a limited company incorporated under the Companies Act 2013 at the city level and would be formulated through equity contributions from the state and central government. However, for better implementation of the projects, the SPV can tie up with private sector and financial institutions on equity stake, provided the stakeholder pattern of 50-50 of the state and union territory is there. Each city was to prepare a smart city proposal during the challenge round for selection, and these proposals had broad cost estimates of all the proposed projects. On the basis of that, fundings were budgeted. This is a central government sponsored scheme. Thus, the central government has a contribution of total rupees 48,000 crore over 5 years and with an average of 100 crore rupees per city per year. Initially, 100 cities under the mission proposed to execute 5,151 projects worth rupees 2,05,018 crores, that is approximately 24,896.7 million USD in 5 years from their respective dates of selection. The Government of India provided toolkit for enabling and guiding the states and the union territory governments regarding the mission and SPV to function. The articles of association along with the model article of association are provided in that toolkit. The monitoring of smart city mission is done at 3 levels: the national level, state level and the city level. At the national level, an apex committee supervised by the secretary, which was earlier called the Ministry of Urban Development and now known as Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, representatives of stakeholder organizations like UN Habitat, World Bank, Center for Development, multilateral agencies are part of this committee at the national level. At the state level, there will be state level high powered steering committee, that is HPSC, chaired by the chief secretary, which would steer the program. HPSC shall have principal secretary, finance principal secretary, planning principal secretary, director town and country planning department, union territory governments, representative of Mahua, etc. At the city level, district collector, CEO of the SPV, mayor, municipal commissioner, chief engineer or equivalent, member of parliament, that is MPs, member of legislative assembly, MLAs, local youths, technical experts, NGOs, etc. are part of this SPV. When we look into the key roles of the National Apex Committee, it is to overall guide and review and approve all the proposals that are given by the SPV. The Government of India, state government, ULB and private investors' key role is to appraise, provide funds to the SPV. The consulting firms or the contractors are the technical assistants to the SPV for the implementations of the project on the ground. The implementation of project is being taken up by the SPV with the help of project management consultants with support of other line departments. The total number of projects under Smart City Mission is 7,813 with an estimated cost of 1,80,658 crore rupees, that is approximately 21,874 million US. Till mid-March 2023, the total number of completed projects under the Smart City Mission was 5,427. The initial deadline of projects was till 2019, which has now extended till 2024. Digital India program was launched on 1st July 2015 with the prime aim to digitally strengthen the society and remodel Indian economy. Digital India has 3 components: creation of digital infrastructure, delivering services digitally, digital literacy. The vision of Digital India program is to transform India into a digitally empowered society and knowledge economy. In 2006, the nationwide e-governance program NEGP, a national e-governance initiative, was launched. Agriculture, land records, health, education, passports, police, court, municipalities, commercial taxes and treasuries and other domains were covered by 31 mission mode projects under the National E-Governance Plan. Later, the Government of India approved the E-Kranti initiative in line with the e-governance program, with the objective of transforming e-governments for transforming governance. Digital India is a government-wide initiative that spans various ministries and departments. Digital India will be implemented by the entire government with the Department of Electronics and Information Technology providing ultimate coordination, that is DETI. The vision of Digital India program is to transform India into a digitally empowered society and knowledge economy. The focus is on constructing ICT infrastructure, optical fiber, and last mile connectivity alternatives afforded by wireless technologies to provide high speed internet connectivity across the country in a cost effective, dependable and competitive way. Focus on ICT infrastructure and the intended outcomes for Digital India program are as follows: broadband for rural areas, coverage of 2,50,000 gram panchayats by 2016 and 17, broadband for urban areas, virtual network operators for service delivery, mandatory communication infrastructure in new urban settlements and buildings, national information infrastructure, integration of all core ICT infrastructure built under National E-Governance Plan (NEGP) for greater efficiency and synergy, nationwide coverage by March 2017, universal access to mobile connectivity, that the outcome is greater network penetration, coverage for 55,619 uncovered villages by 2018, public internet access program under National Rural Internet Mission with the intended outcome of coverage for 2,50,000 gram panchayats by 2016-17 through Common Services Center, that is CSCs, recasting of 1,50,000 post offices as multi-service centers by 2015 and 16. There are many initiatives that are being taken up under Digital India program, and some of this are very crucial and we must know that. Cradle to grave digital identity that is unique, lifelong, online, authenticable to every citizen. Mobile phone and bank account enabling citizen participation in digital and financial space, easy access to a common service center, shareable private space on a public cloud, safe and secure cyberspace, seamlessly integrated services across departments or jurisdictions, availability of services in real time from online and mobile platforms, all citizens' entitlements to be portable and available on the cloud, digitally transformed services for improving ease of doing business, making financial transactions electronic and cashless, leveraging geospatial information system, that is GIS, for decision support systems and development. Digital empowerment of citizens was done under Digital India program, that is connectivity via the internet is a fantastic leveler. Indians are increasingly networking and conversing with one another via mobile phones and laptops connected to digital networks regardless of their ethnic or socio-economic status. By focusing on digital literacy, digital resources and collaborative digital platforms, the Digital India program pledges to convert India into a digitally empowered society. The importance of universal digital literacy and the availability of digital resources or services in Indian languages is also highlighted. Thus, the key components of Digital India program are universal digital literacy, universally accessible digital resources, availability of digital resources and services in Indian languages, collaborative digital platforms for participative governance. Citizens are not required to physically submit government documents and certificates. They can keep their documents digitally, which are now acceptable. Atal Mission for Rejuvenation and Urban Transformation (AMRUT), earlier called Jawaharlal Nehru National Urban Renewal Mission (JNNURM). The main aim is to provide basic services, that is water supply, sewerage, urban transportation, etc., to households and to build amenities in cities that will provide the quality of life for all, especially for the poor and the disadvantaged. The Atal Mission for Rejuvenation and Urban Transformation (AMRUT) aims to ensure that every household has access to a tap with a reliable supply of water and a sewerage connection, improve the amenity value of cities by developing greenery and well-maintained open spaces, for example parks, and reduce pollution by switching to public transportation or constructing non-motorized facilities, for example walking and cycling. This mission will focus on the following thrust areas: water supply systems including augmentation of existing water supply, water treatment plants and universal metering. Rehabilitation of old water supply systems including treatment plants, rejuvenation of water bodies specifically for drinking water supply and recharging of groundwater, special water supply arrangement for difficult areas, hilly areas and coastal cities including those having water quality problems shall be removed under Amrut. Next infrastructure is sewerage and septage management. Decentralized networked underground sewerage system including augmentation of existing sewerage systems and sewage treatment plants, rehabilitation of old sewerage system and treatment plants, recycling of water for beneficial purposes and reuse of wastewater. For stormwater drainage to reduce flooding, construction and improvement of drains and stormwater drains in order to reduce and eliminate flooding. Non-motorized urban transportation, for example, footpath, walkways, sideway, foot overbridges and facilities for non-motorized transport, for example, bikes, rickshaw, e-rickshaw and multi-level parkings to be provided under Amrut. 500 cities have been selected under Amrut. All cities and towns with population of over 1 lakh with notified municipalities as per census 2011 including cantonment boards and civilian areas are being included in Amrut. All cities and towns with a population of over 1 lakh with notified municipalities as per census 2011 including cantonment boards and civilian areas are covered under Amrut. All cities, towns classified as heritage cities by MoHUA under the Hriday scheme are also covered with Amrut. 13 cities and towns on the stem of the main rivers with a population above 75,000 and less than 1 lakh are also covered. 10 cities from hill states, islands and tourist destinations, not more than one from each state, are also selected. Amrut draws on the existing data information and strategizes on water supply and sewerage. Amrut draws on existing data information and strategizes on water supply and sewerage. The service level gap in water supply and sewerage in the ULB shall be calculated by adding the zone wise gaps. After calculating the difference between the number of households with water and sewerage or septage connections and the total number of households, strategies will be made to close the gap. Alternatives must be explored by ULBs. A one-size-fits-all strategy does not work, and alternatives must be developed in order to achieve more with fewer resources while ensuring that the benefits reach the people in the form of taps and toilets. Each project's cost, including capital and operating and maintenance cost, shall be calculated using the abstract cost estimates or the broad cost estimate. The overall funding requirement for establishing universal coverage of water supply and sewerage for each ULB and the entire state shall be a key result. This type of arrangement is called Service Level Improvement Plan, that is SLIP, prepared by the ULB or the urban local body level. A crucial feature of the SLIPs is project financing, which includes operation and maintenance once the project is completed. The capital and operating costs for each alternative must be calculated. Various sources of funding must be identified. Internal contributions, for example, taxes and fees, etc. External contributions, for example, transfers from states, project funds, from central government, etc. and debt bond and other financing option must be evaluated at the ULB level. Cities must seek convergence with the Smart City Mission, Swachh Bharat Mission, National Heritage City Development and Augmentation Yojana, that is Hriday, Digital India, under the SLIP preparation progress. The SLIP of all mission cities will be combined into the SAP at the state level. SAP is State Annual Action Plans. The SLIP prepared by the ULBs will serve as the foundation for the SAP. The states will decide on inter-ULB distribution based on a gap analysis and financial strength of the ULBs. Program management and monitoring is done at 3 levels: national level. At national level, an apex committee chaired by the Secretary Mohua and comprising representatives of related ministries and organizations will supervise this mission. The mission program will oversee by the state level high powered steering committee, that is SHPSC, chaired by the state chief secretary, and the mission's implementation will be handled by the ULB. The municipal commissioner will ensure that the slip is completed on time. The slip has one of its main goals, the implementation of reforms. The ULBs must develop a reform roadmap which will be consolidated by the state mission director and incorporated into the SAP. The mission focuses on reforms and capacity building of the ULBs in addition to providing infrastructure for basic services. The improvements are aimed at improving citizen service delivery, lowering delivery cost, improving financial health, increasing resources and increasing transparency. The mission puts aside 10% of its annual budgetary allocation as an incentive to states and union territories that complete reforms within stipulated time frames. The capacity building program aims to increase cities' ability to provide citizen services and to improve the health of the ULB. The key expected outcomes under reform agenda are energy efficient LED street lights in the city, energy audit of water pumps followed by replacement of inefficient pumps, conducting credit ratings and issuance of municipal bond, reuse of treated wastewater, single window clearance system for construction permits and capacity building. Capacity building shall be done at 2 levels for the municipal functionaries and for municipal implementations. National Urban Livelihood Mission NULM is renamed as Deen Dayal Antyodaya Yojana DAY NULM, and in Hindi it is called as Rashtriya Shahari Ajivika Mission. The rural component named as Deen Dayal Upadhyay Gramin Kaushal Yojana. The two main vulnerabilities, occupational and social, can be best addressed by providing chances for skill development that leads to market-based employment and assisting people in starting their own businesses. Main highlights of DAY NULM are employment through skill training and placement (EST&P), subsidy to urban poor, social mobilization and institution development (SM&ID), shelter for urban homeless, development of vendors market, promotion of skills for rag pickers, social projects and aid for differently abled, capacity building and training, that is CB&T. The financing of mission shall be shared between the center and the state government or the union territories. The contribution of northeastern and special category states, that is Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, Manipur, Meghalaya, Mizoram, Nagaland, Tripura, Sikkim, Uttarakhand, Himachal Pradesh and Jammu Kashmir shall be 10%, whereas for these states and union territories central share shall be 90%. For all other states and union territories, the central government state share shall be 75% and the state government share shall be 25% for taking up NULM. The National Urban Livelihoods Mission will be organized in a 3-tiered system. The National Mission Management Unit NMMU, an autonomous society under the Ministry of Housing and Urban Poverty Alleviation of the Government of India, will be at the apex of the system, with the mission director reporting to the Secretary of the Ministry of Housing and Urban Poverty Alleviation. NULM will operate as a program of the ministry with a specialized staffing structure until an independent organization is established. At the state level, a State Mission Management Unit SMMU will be established under an independent society led by a mission director who will report to the Secretary Department dealing with municipalities and will be in charge of implementing skill development, employment, livelihood, promotion programs, etc. A City Mission Management Unit CMMU will be established at the city level in all NULM cities to function under the overall direction of the SMMU. Experts in skills and livelihoods, financial inclusion, social mobilization, capacity building and members from industry associations will form technical advisory groups, that is TAGs, at the national, state and local levels. Members and chairperson of the national tag for NULM will be appointed by the Ministry of Housing and Urban Poverty Alleviation. Members and chairperson of the state tag will be appointed by the Chief Minister of the state or the administrator of the UT, that is Union Territory concerned, with 2 nominations from the Ministry of Housing and Urban Poverty Alleviation. The state or UT in question will issue appropriate instructions for the formation of NULM city tags. In this unit, we have touched upon 4 major missions and programs of Government of India that are significantly contributing to the development of country and making the smart cities. Thank you.